I've lost over 160 pounds naturally, and I've kept it off for 8 years and counting. Let me show you how. Hi, I'm Shelly Johnson. I wrote Start Where You Are Weight Loss to teach you how to eat what you want, lose weight, and keep it off. In the last video, I talked about gaining weight. That happened for 2 reasons. 1, I was looking for food to fix something in my life. And 2, I stopped doing the things I know I needed to do. I talked about it because I want you to know that mistakes are inevitable, but defeat is optional. That's where a lot of people who lose weight get stuck. They won't let themselves make a mistake. They gain some weight, and instead of fixing the problem, they throw in the towel and give up. That's how they gain 10 pounds, don't address it, then gain 20, get demoralized, and still don't take steps to fix it, then gain more and more until they eventually gain back most, if not all, the weight they lost. I know because I used to be one of those people. And if you're one of them too, then you're going to find yourself yo-yoing with your weight until you start cutting yourself some slack and forgiving yourself for your mistakes. It's really not the mistake that counts, it's what you do about it that counts. Do you use a mistake as an excuse to give up or a challenge to fuel you forward? Do you start looking for someone to blame, or do you take responsibility for yourself? Do you spiral into self-pity or start looking for how to fix it or learn from it? The answers matter because the answers to those questions are the difference between success and failure when it comes to weight loss. One of the most empowering things you can do for yourself is to recover from your mistakes. I don't hold myself to any kind of perfection anymore. I don't hold myself to any belief that I'm never going to do some particular thing ever again. I used to believe if I screwed up with food a little, that gave me permission to screw up a lot. I also used to believe that the number on the scale got to decide how I felt about myself and how good my day was going to be, and whether or not I was allowed to eat anything. It used to be that half a pound on the scale in the morning would completely destroy my mood, steal my peace, and put a big damper on my happiness. It also was bad for my mental health because I could never seem to keep to that exact number down to the ounce for 2 days in a row. There are a whole bunch of reasons for that, like water retention and stress and just fluctuations in your body from day to day. But if you're not thinking about that when you step on the scale, if all you're thinking about is how dreaded, terrible, frightening, and demoralizing weight gain is, then that number can decimate you. Weight gain is only awful and horrible if you look at it that way. Lucky you, though, you can change your mind at any time. You get to choose how you want to see weight gain. So do yourself a kindness and don't look at gaining weight like that. Your weight is likely going to fluctuate, so gaining weight can actually just be a normal occurrence. We also need to talk about how you feel when you gain weight, especially if you're filled with anxiety or fear, or if you believe your weight is tied to your self-worth or your success, or anything outside yourself. If that's the case, then you need to rethink what you believe. It really is a mindset. Your weight is simply a number, and all you have to do to change that number's importance in your life is to change what you believe about it. I weigh anywhere from 128 to 140 pounds. I needed to make a range to save my mental health. Now, as long as I'm in that range, I feel comfortable and I'm good. Having a range also takes the pressure off having to do any of this perfectly. You get to make whatever range you want to. So you pick the weight range where you feel most yourself and most comfortable in your body, and you strive to stay in it. And if you fall out of it, like I did briefly for a couple of weeks, then it's still okay. That range is just a guide telling you where you feel best. That's it. So if you aren't in the range you set for yourself, then you just take steps to fix it. You lean into self-compassion and refuse to beat yourself up. You don't wait for anyone else to give you permission or to come fix it. And instead you take action and fix it yourself. You start listening to your body and trusting yourself again and taking the action you know you need to take. Problem solved. Spiraling out of control is a choice. It's up to you whether you want to make that choice or not. You don't have to spiral out of control and abuse food and gain the weight back. You just have to take a step back and a deep breath and then do the next right thing, which is to wait until you're hungry to eat again, then stop when you're comfortably full. I don't do weight loss perfectly. You won't either, and that's okay. That's better actually, because the pressure's off. You strive to do the best you can. You be kind, gentle, and patient with yourself along the way. That's how you're going to get the weight off and keep it off long term. I've lost 5 of the 10 pounds I'd gained. The other 5 will come back off, I have no doubt. It's just a matter of self-compassion and a little patience. You've got to give yourself the same. Start Where You Are Weight Loss can teach you how to eat what you want, lose weight, and keep it off long term. Get a free guide on my website with the 5 lessons you need to learn for effective and permanent weight loss. Just remember, every mistake is simply a brand new chance to do it better the next time.